songs. Spooks, goofs, and novelty songs. Spooks, goofs, and novelty songs. Spooks, goofs, and novelty songs.
I can't believe it's a week later and I'm still sick. Ugh.
Kelly, I think you should go to the hospital.
I'm at the hospital. They're telling me to turn off I can't stop podcasting.
No, we have to.
Turned off your ventilator to not fuck up with the audio and other people's ventilators too. You're like, can
What
you
if
turn
Kelly
this
isn't a
off?
ventilator when this comes out, though?
Why would you say that?
Funny. That'd be funny if that was happening.
Yeah.
Why would I say that?
That'd
Why
be
would you say
comedy
that? I don't know.
gold.
What if you were in one? What if I was in? It would be bad.
That's what I was at. Okay, good. Now I know how you feel about it.
so
Okay.
That's yeah. No, it would suck. It would not be good.
Oh, okay. I was just asking. Like, what would you
Yeah,
feel?
you just
Okay.
didn't know. I get it. Okay.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know. Didn't know.
Let's joke about other things that could be bad that
Yeah.
that
I want
what
to
if they
joke
did
about
happen?
me. Want to
Yeah.
joke about
What if we
I wanna
died
joke
in
about number one.
in an explosion? Would that like suck or would that be cool?
Depends on how cool the explosion was.
What if Toby Keith is dead when this episode comes out and you just spat on his grave by talking about me, talking about
By
talking
singing
about-
one of his most famous works, I think that'd be good.
No, it's
I'll
disrespectful
put a
because
spit
we
on
did it
his
a
grave.
spoof.
It's the American way.
Oh man,
So
that's
take
still one of
a
those.
shit on the grave. So drop your pants, take a squat, try to push one out.
Singing that song. Well, not even singing it. We were just doing some very visual, interpretive dancing to it. Is probably what's keeping me going. It filled me up to keep doing this podcast for as long as I've been doing it.
That was one of my favorite moments.
If I can squeeze out one more moment like that someday from this podcast, it'll be a success in my eyes. But right now, it's very unsuccessful.
That moment was definitely peak of when we were doing in person. Like, that was some good stuff. We had some good time. I'm looking forward to us recording in person again, because I was just remembering how much more fun it was when we would like doing the like, what's your novelty product? Just like having like the slight physical reveal added so much more fun to it. I don't know.
Guys, I'm worried.
I bet the audience wishes. Why?
I'm worried. I don't want you to see what I look like.
Oh, I've seen what you look like.
I've changed since quarantine started.
Oh, I thought you were being serious for a second.
You're beautiful.
I am being serious.
You're beautiful.
You haven't. I saw you a week ago.
Oh,
Okay, I mean, sorry.
what?
What do you mean, Scott? Scott, what do you mean?
No, it's done.
Sorry, I pulled a Marty.
Yeah,
Pop
that's
your ball.
No, that's the thing though. It can't be pulling a Marty I think it's like 1-to-1 at
I
this
pulled
point.
a me. I pulled a me.
Yeah. We all do it to each other. We
Yeah.
all do it. How dare you?
Yeah, no, that one's the first time I've recognized me doing it, and I feel bad about it though. That's the difference.
The only thing worse than doing it is talking about it for 40 minutes. Hey,
No, let's keep talking.
welcome to Spoof Scoofs and Novelty Songs.
It's a podcast where we shit on each other.
Hey. Oh my god. Oh.
No, it's a podcast about dumb shit.
No, I was talking
I'm
about
passing
me,
a fucking tissue through my
Me
webcam for little snowflake Kel.
No, it's talking about. I was talking about me shitting on you earlier.
Oh,
didn't
I
think
was
you
talking
shit
about
on
me shitting on Toby Keith's grave.
And also, thank you for the tissue. I'll use it to blow my nose. Again, this week's sound effects brought to you by Marty, our editor, in-house editor.
That's you blowing
Stop
your
giving me
nose.
more work to do.
SGANUS. This week we're gonna be doing a fun one. It's gonna be a
Okay.
big car horn when I blow my nose,
Oh, God.
and a gong whenever I complain about my teeth hurting from inflated sinuses, and of course,
That's a thing?
yeah, you've never had toothaches from colds or anything? It's a thing.
Wow.
Happens more when you get older.
Interesting.
Scott, you are the baby of the podcast, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm like I said last episode, a spry 29.
Rule of threes, Kelly. What's the third one? What's the third one we're doing?
The third one we're doing, of course, is when I cough, Marty's going to put the Wilhelm scream in.
It's Wilhelm, dipshit.
Wilhelm. No, this is us. We can't afford the Wilhelm one.
A new scream.
It's a Wilhelm.
Yeah, it's like slightly different. It's like, oh!
Right
got it. There it was.
You got it. That was it. Kelly just coughed. This week we are reviewing Robin Hood Men in Tights, a 1993 American musical adventure comedy film written, produced, and directed by spoof legend Mel Brooks. This film is obviously a parody of the iconic Robin Hood story, specifically the Kevin Costner Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Disney's Robin Hood, and the 1938 Errol Flynn adaptation, The Adventures of Robin Hood. The film stars Carrie Elwes as the titular Man in Tights, Robin Hood. The film was a modest box office success, but was not received well critically, with many believing it to be a step back for Brooks, in particular that it was a pointless endeavor to make such a specific spoof of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. There are many versions of the Robin Hood story, and it is obviously such an iconic story that has arguably more parody versions than genuine versions. From The Muppet Show to Wishbone to Blackadder to Shrek, the list of allusions and parodies goes on and on and on. This, however, was not the first Robin Hood parody that Mel Brooks tackled. In 1975, Brooks co-created a show called When Things Were Rotten, which was a satirical take on the Robin Hood legend. It lasted one season. This Robin Hood spoof, however, was not Brooks' original concept. I'm talking about the movie that we're reviewing this week. This film and script were pitched to him and later heavily revised by him. We've talked about Brooks so much in the past. Go out, check out any of those episodes for more details on Brooks. We're definitely in late period Mel Brooks, though, coming to the end of his run as a director before he pivoted more to voice work and producing. Gentlemen, what did you think of Robin Hood, Men in Tights?
I give it a honk snoo. Honk snoo. Honk snoo.
Yeah, it just kind of did it suck? Was it fine? It's between sucking and being fine.
Yeah, I think it's just a step above sucking, and it's just boring. It's uninspired.
Yes, that is the biggest take, I would say. Last week we reached the peak, I would say, of one of the directors we've recovered the most, Christopher Guest, and this week I think this is the worst Mel Brooks movie. I don't think it's even close.
Yeah, which is crazy because I feel like this one's talked about a lot, but it's not very good. Maybe it's memorable. Maybe it's because he used like famous figure. But yeah, the bits were all like, oh, you came up with this and then you just like went for it. It's not that funny in practice. There's a lot of bits that aren't that funny in practice and maybe were funnier in the writing room.
And it's just not very creative the whole time. Like, it feels like this is a movie where I was really shocked at how boring a lot of the joke ideas were. I was like, this is just, and every scene went on for so long in this movie too. Yeah, I feel like I'm jumping ahead too much, but yeah, this was very disappointing. This was very disappointing how boring this movie was.
It seems this shit needs like this. If it had like more production value, like if there was just more like care and like love put into it, and like maybe it seems like they didn't like love the source material in like a way where you can be good at parodying it,
right?
Or like they just didn't try to like. I don't know. It seems like there like wasn't even that many jokes about like Robin Hood even.
No.
Like,
what is the take on Robin Hood in this movie? I honestly don't know. It's more of a genuine adaptation than anything. Like, every other Mel Brooks movie always has at least some kind of like take or like a purpose to it, right? Like High Anxiety has like a really specific voice to it. Blazing Saddles has a point, obviously. Young Frankenstein is like just a very good Frankenstein story, right? But this movie, it's just like they did not think of what is funny about Robin Hood. Like, never thought about that.
This movie is just it's just people talking in like different locations. Like,
and like making jokes about how old times, what if they were new times? That's just the only thing.
Well, like it had the same problem that other Mel Brooks movies have had, where the camera is just the camera is just like at eye level looking at people talking. It's like just a bunch of like medium shots of people having a fucking conversation, and it's like, hey, there's nothing like you gotta make the camera like Robin Hood-y, or like, you know what I mean? Like, get the camera involved. Like, I don't know. Like, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Which that's how comedies are shot in general, but it stands out when the movie's like when the comedy is not funny, and on top of it, the movie's not very filmic, you're like, oh, this is just boring to watch, and it's really boring. Like, it's just, yeah,
It's
double-edged
boring to
failure.
watch, and it's boring.
I stand by that. I mean, visually, it's not very appealing, and the content inside of it is bad.
Yeah.
I did like the sequence at towards the end of the movie when they do the arrow shooting contest. That was the best part of the movie. I thought that whole sequence I thought was really fun, and they did the only joke about how old times are new times. This is the only execution of that idea that worked for me, which is the magic arrow causing the audience to do the wave. I was like, that at least gave us a reason for why.
That's where it came from.
Yes, that right. Or just even that, or even like just like involving the audience in a way to be like, oh, that thing I recognize. Because every other instance in the movie of that, it's just them saying a new thing that's an old thing, like, oh, the horse has like a bumper sticker or something. You know what I mean? Like jokes like that where it's like, that's just not a thing. But this at least tried to find a reason to justify why this new world thing would appear in olden times. I don't know. I thought that was at least like an attempt.
Even that doesn't work because it's like just because the arrow's going underneath the bleachers, it's making people stand up.
It's somebody. It went under 500 people, and not one person got their butt cheek pierced.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
It would be funnier if it was piercing each of their butt cheeks, and that was causing them to go "Oochie" as they get up,
And so it was like Oochie, Oochie, Oochie,
Yeah.
Oochie, Oochie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
And you
funny.
heard like a
Right.
chorus of Oochies.
Man, to be a fly on the wall of Marty being in the Mel Brooks writing room for Robin
Oh,
Hood
let me-
Men in Tights. There are like 5 musical numbers in this film, and they all fall very flat, which is like what I expect from Mel Brooks, honestly. but I think this time there was more than usual, and that was kind of whack. And then yeah, there's just a lot of bits that are like clearly thought out and executed, but just like not that funny. I don't know, like
Yeah,
I can honestly only think of the ones that were like slightly decent when I think back at this film, like the knights falling down in a domino fashion.
that was good.
That one's fine.
That
one's
good.
All
But
of
it's the best in the movie, though.
No.
it sucked.
No,
What-
it was
what's
so,
your favorite?
It was clearly they just had a bunch of fucking like statues, and it just like
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the gag.
No, the gag was.
it just looked so shitty. It just
I think it was bad.
like,
Scott, what's your favorite one? Do you have a favorite, or
Favorite
what's your
joke?
least favorite? Yeah, your least favorite bit.
honestly, like okay. Oh God,
It's
I
hard,
can't
right?
think of a. Here's the
I
thing.
watched this
I can't
2
think
days
of
ago.
a better joke than the one that's in here that they already fucking did in the Alfred Hitchcock one, where the camera goes through the window, like it's like this
Yeah.
long zoom in, and then the camera like breaks the window and is like, oh, sorry. But even
Better-
like
That was better in High Anxiety.
I
though.
was
Yeah.
just gonna say yes, exactly. And I'm trying to think of a better joke than that. Like the castle getting fucking like impounded or whatever.
Yeah, that's like something, right?
I can't. That's something I'm just like struggling to fucking.
Yeah, because they were all like the guy.
Oh, you know what I like?
That's
Honestly,
screaming.
the part that like made me the most like I won't even say funny, but like I was amused by was fucking Richard Lewis being the king. Just that casting alone.
I was excited for it, and then he did nothing the whole movie. I was like, "Oh yeah,
No, I like
I love
that he
him.
was.
He's got a
That
good
was like
sense
the
of
one
humor."
person. If every, I liked. Oh jeez, if everybody had like committed to their role as much as fucking Carrie Elwes did, and just Richard Lewis was like being like super cash
Checked out.
Yeah, that would have been really funny. But instead, it's this weird nebulous. Nobody's committing to anything because there's no just like it just is like a kind of aimless movie. Like there's no like it doesn't feel like there's like a steady hand with a strong vision behind this movie. It's just like a bunch of like scenes.
This is like if Romeo plus Juliet, the like 95 adaptation, and how it's directed towards like in my opinion, directed towards like teens and young adults. It's like that, but if it was directed towards like middle-aged white men. I don't know. It's not that funny. It's fine. It's fine. It's a movie. My favorite bit was probably Chappelle's backwards like pointy hat. It's a snapback.
Oh yeah,
I like that. That's the best
That's
prop.
something.
That's like the best
That's
prop in
something.
the movies. Yeah, that's something. That's pretty
That's
much how all
registered
the critiques are.
Every day.
That's something. I'm trying to be positive. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
If you like
hard.
this
This is
movie,
a
I feel
hard
bad
one.
because I'm like, we're really giving it. We're playing hardball with this one, but like, we've seen Mel Brooks movies that we actually enjoy, and this is not one of them. This is one of his weaker ones by far.
I went into this week thinking, like, we haven't really done, like, a real stinker in a while, and wow, this was a stinker.
I wasn't expecting it to be a stinker. I was expecting it to be fine, and it's like I feel bad about how much I did not enjoy it. Like
we watched Dracula Dead and Loving It has worse reviews than this movie, and we all liked that movie.
yeah.
and I was expecting the same
just gonna
thing
say,
here.
yeah, yeah. I remember liking that way more.
So the other funny part about this is like so much of the jokes in this movie are about olden times and all that kind of stuff. But he did this already. History of the World Part 1 has all these kinds of jokes and they're all better. I mean, I haven't seen that movie in a long time and we're going to do it on the podcast, but like that movie I remember being like pretty funny. I mean, there's the classic like Moses holds up 15 commandments. He's like, I've got 15. He drops one. 10 command, like that's just I'm looking forward to that movie, but like I know that movie's full of like what if old times were new times, and it's like I just can't believe it. This movie was, it just felt, it really just felt like a paycheck movie, like of any of the ones we've watched of his. Like it really felt like a paycheck movie.
it's a lot of recycled jokes. Some of his best, like what are considered more memorable jokes or bits or whatever you want to call them, are in this movie, but they're done better in other films of his. Like, I don't know. It feels like it's like the scary movie equivalent of this era. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's really Jackson Pollock-y, throw something at the wall and hope it looks good. Like, I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I again, if you like it, I'm sorry, but I didn't. There are better Mel Brooks films.
One of the songs is like, we're men in tights. We're gay, but we're tough. Ha ha ha. That's a funny juxtaposition. We're sissy boys, but I'm showing you my bicep. Ha ha ha. Those are two different things.
Yeah, they did that. The same thing when Mel Brooks's character is introduced. He's like meets them, and the first thing he asks is like, he says, "Are you guys?"
Well, he says
F-words.
the word he says, yes.
But in what's the language? Whatever.
Yeah, she
Anyways.
says like a Yiddish version of it.
Yeah, Yiddish version of the F word. Not fuck, the other F word.
Not like it's not like it's like actually
Fart?
what that would be in Yiddish. He just like
I know.
made it sound like that. Yeah, no,
Right.
very bad. This movie was shot in 10 days, it feels like. It feels like it's 20-minute scenes in one of the 4 main locations. Like it's really like just the same sets repeated over and over again. It's just characters talking in these same locations over and over again. I was like, this is like the cheapest looking one we watched of his. Like so just very uninspired. As a movie, 3 out of 10. I laughed a couple times. There were some funny things. I like the end of the movie more than anything. Patrick Stewart's cameo at the end was like kind of funny. That's about it. As a spoof, 5 out of 10 because it does spoof really specific details of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. But like, is that worth parodying? Is that worth a whole fucking feature film being made to make fun of one movie that wasn't like a big hit? It was just like a decent hit that people made fun of. Like, I don't know. It's just, I also think Robin Hood is just cursed. It's just like every adaptation since like the Disney version of it has not been good. Like, I just feel like it's a cursed story and people should stop making adaptations of it.
The movie itself, 3 out of 10. No, 2.5 out of 10. It's Mel Brooks' weakest. I don't know why. I feel like I've heard about this one more than most other Mel Brooks films, and it's not very good. It's pretty bad. Recycles a lot of his jokes. I'm glad we waited to watch this one. I'm a little bummed that watching another Mel Brooks film, but whatever. It's not that I don't like him.
Hey,
I
don't
just
worry.
want-
There's only 12 more to go.
Yeah, there's
at least
right?
two more.
he
There's
made
at
a-
least two more.
He made a lot. And as a spoof, I mean, like 5 out of 10, it spoofs Robin Hood, but like it just does it badly. It doesn't age well either. There's a lot of racist jokes. There's a lot of homophobic jokes. There's a lot of misogynistic jokes.
Check,
It's like
yeah.
It's not very. It's bad.
Every one of his movies has a bit about how a woman is ugly, and I think every time I see that, I'm like, make these jokes about yourself. Like,
Right.
what a fucking asshole. Like, God.
Why so many of these movies we've watched, there is like a total trope in these movies we've watched where the prissy ass stick up the butt villain's punishment is he has to hook up with the nasty lady.
I'm just so tired of it. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, like, geez, never. This has never been a funny thing. It's never been good. It's never been good.
Are we rating it?
Yeah, we already
did.
Me and Marty did.
10 out of 10. Nah,
It's your favorite
Scott,
movie.
would you like to
As a
change your
spoof,
answer?
Yes, as a spoof, 2.2 out of 10. It's like definitely follows the story. It like hits the beats of like, here are the things about Robin Hood. Other than that, it fucking sucks as a spoof. And as a movie, 2.1 out of 10 because it is quite bad. Guys,
Do you have a novelty song?
I got a song for you. Yeah. So I'm thinking of in terms of you know, the theme of our movie. I would bring you, we've talked about like sort of the older novelty songs of the days of yore in the 1920s, Tin Pan Alley, like kind of the origins of novelty songs. Well, what if I told you there was a novelty song even earlier than that? The 1800s, you might say.
What?
What if I told you the 1700s?
Do say so, my good man.
What if okay, I'm not going to go through it all. 1397, this song
What?
goes back to, and it's called I've Dulled Thy Sword, the Squire's Jape. This was a famous bard song that was played in taverns and festivals. Dr. Richard G. Astley transcribed the lyrics in the 1930s from a scroll that was tucked between the pages of an old religious text. And they expected it to be an appendix left by a monk, but instead it was lyrics written to this old gem in Old English. The song describes a young squire who gets revenge on his cruel master by dulling his sword the day before battle. The tables turn, however, when the knight survives the battle and gives the squire a beating with the broadside of his sword. So, without any further ado, let's have a little listen to this Middle Ages novelty song. Oh, fuck me. God damn it. I was supposed to do... motherfucker. I had the bit.ly all loaded up and I sent the wrong link.
It still got me. It still fucking
It got me too.
Well, when you play it, it'll be a funnier... You'll just play it from... Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it got me. I did
It
not
got me.
look.
I didn't look at it. I just
You think
clicked
I'm
it.
reading the link? No. I just click play and I laugh because it was funny.
Yeah,
Been
I'm just
rolled.
gonna... Okay, I medieval Rick rolled you guys.
I've been ye old rolled.
I said Dr. Richard G. Astley transcribed the lyrics.
I was blowing a fan on my face, so I was just not paying attention.
No,
You
Marty's
got
out of
me.
his. Marty's suffering from heat stroke. And
Yeah,
I'm
Marty, I
suffering
don't know
from
why
sickness.
you record in like the insulation in your attic.
I'm cooking right now, guys. I can't. The fan's too loud. I can't play it on my hand.
Do you guys want to hear about medieval music from the years 500 to 1500?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, it was in the beginning, of the medieval era of music, again, this is like 1,000 years, it was monastic chants. So it's not so much like there's that like bit in Monty Python where they're like meh, ho, he, ha, hoo, ho, he. They were like actually like more complicated than that, but it would be like one at first they didn't invent harmonies for a while. And so then later on, after the monastic chants, it was called organum, and that meant that there was more than one note. It would start with a fixed interval. Oh, so first too, before they like figured out harmonies, they like the two notes in the harmony would be the same distance apart, and it wouldn't like wherever the melody went, the harmony would follow at that exact distance apart. And then after some time, they figured out like, oh, we don't have to do that. So early sheet music they were called neumes, and most monks would not take credit for the music they wrote, so we don't know who most of the common composers of the era were. But one of note is this woman named Hildegard of Bingen, who was a German abbess. She wrote a bunch of songs. And she just like left a bunch of like notes on like all kinds of shit, like recipes and like directions on all kinds of different shit. And then there was also songs she wrote. So the instruments of the day were the flute, the lyra, which was like a violin, the dulcimer, which is like a stringed instrument that you'd smack around with hammers. They had a lute, which is like a guitar. There's drums. And they had horns, but it wasn't like trumpets where you could like play different notes and shit. It would just be for blasting.
Did you, in your research, stumble upon famous medieval artist Tay of Clan Zonde?
With Reign of Chocolate.
Yeah, Rain of Cocoa.
Rain spelled Reigen.
Yeah. Whoa. Holy fuck. The king is bad. I do not like the king. You guys, I got a little quiz.
Hey!
Buzz in with your names. It's just a little baby quiz. Don't worry.
I love a baby quiz.
It's just a little baby quiz.
Gaga.
Which of these animals...
I'm a little baby man.
Which of these animals was tried and convicted of murder in the year 1457? Was it A, a goat, B, a pig, C, a chicken, D, a dog?
A goat.
Pig.
A.
Marty, pig.
Kelly says a goat. Marty says the correct answer, it was a pig. A pig was tried and convicted of murder and sentenced to death.
Damn it.
King Edward
Son of a
III
gun.
made which of these activities mandatory on Sundays during his reign? Was it A, archery practice, B, witch burning, C, going to church, or D, bathing?
Marty, C, going to church.
D, bathing.
Both wrong. It was archery practice. They were like
that's
at war.
Fucking cool.
It is kind of cool that they
I would
killed
archery
people, Kelly,
practice.
you fucked up freak.
Hey, Scott, we need to talk about Kelly.
Wait a minute. Kelly, why are you putting bike locks on the gym doors? We're in the gym.
No reason.
Why are you talking like that?
No reason.
Oh my god.
What is that? Ezra Miller, right? That was Ezra Miller in that movie?
Yeah, Ezra Thriller and Eugene Levity. Hey, what year were surnames enforced? As in like last names. What year? Was it A, 1655, B, 800, wait, sorry, not 16, but 655.
I was going to say
B,
that's way too late.
B, 886, C, 969, or D, 1066?
969.
I'm going to go 969. Okay,
Oh,
I'll go.
Well, we can tag team it.
You could just
Hold
both.
my hand.
Yeah,
Hold
I
my
don't
hand.
care.
Okay, all right.
But do any of you want to change your guess? You now have the opportunity to change your guess or stick to C.
I don't think I want to. I'm going to stick to it. I'm gonna stick to it.
That's the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire sound.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it was 1066.
Damn
Shit.
it, that's what I was going to switch to.
We got two
Oh, of
questions
course,
out
I've
of
never seen a
four.
last
Wait,
name
two
on a
que-
gravestone from triple digit year.
Wait, or no, it's 1-0. It's 1-0.
It is 1-0, yes.
Always good with multiple choice questions.
We're doing great. Which of these animals roamed the English countryside until about 1100? Was it A, the moose, B, brown bears, C, meerkats, or D, dragons?
Marty, meerkats.
Moose.
Okay, you weirdos, it was brown bears.
I just figured they still had brown bears. I don't know.
If there was a third host, they would have guessed dragons.
I thought you were trying to. I thought you were trying to throw us off because they probably still have one of those. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
I mean, meerkats isn't unrealistic. The planet was all fucking one jumble at one point. I don't fucking know,
In
Scott.
1100?
Not in 1100. Yeah, Scott's got a
Well,
point on that one.
they migrated south to Africa. I don't know.
Hey, which of these medieval kings was so unpopular that he was forced to sign the Magna Carta, reducing the absolute power of the king? Was it A, King Joffrey, B, King Richard II, C, King John I, or D, King Koopa?
King Richard II.
I mean, King John.
King Little Richard.
Marty, with confidence, takes the prize. It was King John I.
Bravo.
Hey, guys, thanks for taking the medieval times quiz.
Thank you for giving it to us.
Thank you for giving it.
And I'm so sorry for tricking you with the medieval Rickroll.
I forgive you.
Thanks. I got a question for you.
Yeah,
Do
Marty,
you
a
now?
question.
Do you have a product for me and Kel?
Gentlemen, I do. This week's novelty product is... Oh, can you see it on this side? Nope.
Oh, it's
backwards
so
either way.
nice that you have this physically with you.
Yeah, this kind of rocks.
We've already done Band-Aids.
Edgar Allan Poe bandages,
Hey,
though.
Kelly, these aren't just any Band-Aids.
This is what they look like on the inside. This is what the bandages look like.
It's so eerie.
Edgar Allan Poe was a writer, poet, editor, and literary critic who lived from 1809 to 1849. He is most well known for his tales of mystery and macabre, is regarded as a central figure of Romanticism in American literature, and is considered the inventor of the detective fiction genre. A bandage is a piece of material used either to support a medical device, such as a dressing or split, or on its own to provide support or to restrict the movement of a part of the body. Now, obviously, Edgar Allan Poe's most well-known work is his poem, The Raven, a story about a spooky talking raven. The poem has been adapted and performed many, many times and has a long list of parody versions. The most famous of these parodies is likely the version done by The Simpsons in the first of their Halloween specials, Treehouse of Horror, with Homer Simpson being taunted by a Bart Simpson raven, who of course says, "Eat my shorts."
I thought it was Cowabunga.
Hold on, I have a good one. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Doth the boo-boo need a kiss?
Hold on, Marty. I have this really good wine in my... I have these really good Band-Aids. These really good Band-Aids in my medicine cabinet.
Hold that thought. Please hold that thought. Please hold that thought. Before we cover another of Poe's most parodied works, I have to run to the bathroom quick. So, as you know, we're all in person here in the studio, and you guys should just hang out here, make some small talk. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Ignore this trowel and this stack of bricks nearby.
Oh,
Ignore
yeah. That was
as I
so
run
weird. You
away.
were late to the recording because you were at Home Depot, you said.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I don't have the context for this, Scott. What am I missing here?
Context for what?
For the Edgar Allan poem.
Edgar Allan Poe.
That's right. The other famed Poe work is The Cask of Amontillado.
Amontillado dip, you
Whatever.
fucking uncultured swine.
Wow. Don't you read R.L. Poe?
Like the victim in that story, I have walled you both inside the podcast studio. You are hearing my voice through a loudspeaker in the room.
Oh, it sounds... weirdly like you're kind of right here.
Not in the edit, it won't.
Cool.
However, unlike that story, there is a way to escape the podcast studio in this week's novelty product segment, Escape the Podcast Studio. Now, obviously, there's only one door in and out of the studio, which I have locked with a heavy lock. You'll also notice that near the door, there is a glass
But you had
case
all those
hanging.
bricks.
The entryway got, but there's a door and an entryway. I walled up the entryway.
Two different things.
Locked the door. There's a glass case near the door hanging that has a key inside of it. The glass case is locked with a number key that requires 3 numbers to be entered, ranging from 0 to 9 for each of the 3 numbers. I'll let you both hunt for clues, but for the listener, I'm going to describe the room quickly, okay? There's a table in the middle of the room where 3 microphones and stands are on. Scott's computer and mixer are also on the table. Kelly brought a small backpack that has a water bottle that he's been sipping from because of his cold. And then there's also a clock on the wall and a painting of me, Marty, that hangs next to the clock.
Okay, I walk up to the painting and immediately poke the eyes.
That's fine. You can just do that. I mean,
What is
Okay,
the,
does anything happen?
nope.
Oh, okay.
what time does the clock say?
The clock, the minute and hour hand, both are stuck at the 4 o'clock position.
Okay, I move the minute hand to. Wait, is it 4:20 already?
Nice.
on.
I spark up.
I spark up too.
Nice.
Immediate
I
sparks.
high five Kelly.
Yeah, and I say my good joke. E.A. Poe, because
Do I have my phone?
Yes.
Okay, I take out my phone and order pizza.
How are they going to get to you, though?
I don't know. We'll find out. We gotta. That's
All right.
More incentive for us to figure
No,
this
I
out.
take out my phone and I order a heavy lock key.
Yeah, I call the cops
No, that's a good one too.
and I start describing Marty.
I take out my gun.
Yeah, and I take out my
my
rocket
God.
launcher.
Okay, you don't have anything. Nothing in your pockets. I took your phones. You didn't notice. You didn't notice.
Okay, I go on the computer first. Okay, I go up to the computer and I lift it up and I'm like, "Hey, is there anything under here?"
Nothing underneath the computer, no.
Okay, I put it back down and I go on it and I start looking through like the file system. Like, has Marty been on here? Did he leave any clues on this hard drive?
There's no clues for you to find in the computer.
Damn it!
The computer is just a computer.
I open up MS Paint on the computer and I draw the most realistic penis I can, and I put it as your desktop background.
It's Scott's computer, so yeah, go ahead.
Shit! Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
Scott.
No, I
It's under
assume,
Marty's
I'm
profile,
still
though. I
sitting,
create a
I'm
profile
still
for Marty.
sitting at the computer chair and you're leaning over me to do that, and I allow it to happen. I stand up and I look at the mixer and I see if there's anything interesting about the numbers on the knob.
So you seem to notice on the mixer that the knobs have all been mysteriously relabeled and all turned to random numbered frequencies, with each letter that's the labels are letters. They all seemingly correspond to a specific number. From the top left knob to the bottom right knob, the knobs spell out the following sentence: "The quick brown fox jumps over a lazy dog."
Okay, so we know it's the alphabet. So
Yeah, I'm so happy I got this huge fucking mixer.
Yeah, it's.
I spent like $1,000 on this,
26
dude.
knobs. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So
I don't remember what other objects we can investigate. The painting.
So
Is there anything
there-
behind
So
the
wait,
painting?
holy fuck. So they're all 26 letters of the alphabet correspond to a number now.
Yes.
What a fun casual game you've prepared for our podcast.
I promise you it's much easier than you're thinking. The painting is just a good painting of me smoking. There is a canvas on the back that you can
Oh
peel.
fuck, I spark up again.
I'd like to peel the canvas. It's still 420.
You peel the canvas back and there's nothing behind it.
Wow.
There's still the table and and a water bottle.
I flipped the table.
I look at the water bottle and I'm like, how many ounces are left in this? Peace.
Kelly, you looked under. We're gonna do the table first. Kelly, you looked. Where did you look on the table?
I flipped the table.
Okay. On the bottom, on the other side of the table, you see the letters E, C, and A are scratched into the wood.
Okay, what? Sorry,
Go.
go.
No. You go, Scott. I already figured it out. So
Hey,
it's fine.
ECA. I look at the mixer and I'm like, what numbers correspond with ECA?
So the number 4 corresponds to E.
Mm-hmm.
The number 2 corresponds
Uh-oh.
to C. And the
It's already
number 0
420.
corresponds
We already
to
knew
A.
it. 4. We had it right away.
You can go try the number lock
shit.
if you want to.
Let's spark up one more time.
Nice. Hold on. I take the clock and I touch it to the
Okay.
and I touch it to the lock.
Oh, okay. That does nothing. That does nothing.
Damn it!
I like where your mind's at, Scotty. I like it. It's good.
The water
The combination's
bottle is
420. How did this not work?
I don't get it. We put the 420 on the 420.
The water bottle was also full of water. The nutritional facts on the back list the serving size as 2, and the ingredients listed are water, electrolytes, 0 calories, 0 carbs. Are you guys gonna try the number lock then?
Yeah.
Yeah, 420 on the number lock.
You grab the key from the lockbox because it opens, obviously, as soon as you put the 420 in.
Cool.
And you put in the lock, opening the door. In front of you, it's me. Hey guys, you solved my puzzle. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you both.
Thanks.
E.A. Poe. It's in the room. It's in the Raven.
It's in the
Cool, we did
grave.
it. It's in the grave.
It's in the grave.
That's a good one. That's
you.
going on my next shirt, my novelty
Yeah.
shirt.
EA Poe. It's in the grave.
And that
Dude,
does
the
it for
cask
this
of
week's
a-
novelty
wow,
product
what a
segment.
fun game out of like a very morbid. I remember reading that in school and being like spooked by it.
It's a scary story.
Okay, can we do a game based on Band-Aids now? Can we do a one based on Band-Aids now, please? What does this have to do with Band-Aids?
Yeah.
Oh,
He sealed the
okay.
entryway up with band-aids.
Okay,
yeah,
cool,
that's
cool,
right.
cool.
That's what it was. It was
Very
stacks of the
cool.
Edgar Allan Poe bandages.
All comes together.
Yes. Yeah, Cast of Amontillado. Good story. Classic story. A man gets lured into a cellar and walled in for slightly annoying somebody, basically.
Yeah, for being like kind of a prick.
Yeah.
Just the idea
I mean-
of like watching, like being buried alive, but being like awake to watch it is so
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah,
That Poe. He knew how to spin a yarn.
that's so rude.
Yeah, wow. We really need to fill some time.
Yeah, let's kill
No,
some time.
why? We've released like under 30-minute episodes before. This is not a big deal.
Yeah,
Next
I don't
week
know.
we're going to be reviewing the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, so
Band-Aid
we'll
collection.
make up
Let me
for it.
finish. Band-Aid collection. We're going to be doing the whole Band-Aid collection for Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's what we're doing next week.
How about this? What classic work would you guys like to see adapted into a spoof? It has to be, you know,
Ooh.
like a classic novel. Nobody's done a Sherlock Holmes spoof.
we're never getting to those, I'm sure. You know, and I'm surprised I haven't tried writing something like this, because I have tried to adapt this story before, but Picture of Dorian Gray would be the one I would think of. I think you could do a good parody of Oscar Wilde. It just might be like too specific, and it really would not have much of an audience, I don't think.
Yeah. You know what? Me asking this question and then trying to answer it myself. Nobody should do it. Nobody should. I don't think classic works are good material for spoofs. It's hard enough to turn them into just a movie of themselves to begin with.
Because it's hard to like ground it in a modern, because the reason like movies get made is like you have like a modern spin on it in
Family.
some way, or
From ABC.
yeah, you have a modern family. Or it's at least like somehow relevant in some way, right? Like it somehow speaks to thematically speaks to things going on in the world right now, right? Like Blazing Saddles worked because Blazing Saddles, it specifically spoke to something going on in the world, right? But yeah, Robin Hood, it's just like, how is that Robin Hood? It's like, it's too what's funny to make fun of there? And yeah, like a lot of Edgar Allan Poe stories, it just would be like, I don't know. The Simpsons did a good version of it, but the Simpsons one is just like grounded in the character relationships and has less to do with like being a funny take on that.
Yeah, and it's also like 7 minutes You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think Robin Hood's bad because they show the producer the first cut and the producer's like, why are they stealing from the rich? What's going on
stealing
here?
from the poor?
They're stealing from me? I'm the bad
rich.
guy in this movie? What's happening?
The Ridley Scott one is so bad. I just can't even believe that movie is as bad as it is. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's just bad concept. It's not fun.
So you guys don't have a literary work you would see it adapted?
Oh, the Bible's always there.
You know what I was
for
gonna
me.
say? The Bible. That's fucking.
Year one.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You remember that?
That's the
They
most
nailed
famous
it.
Bible.
They nailed it.
They nailed it.
treat.
No one else has to do it. Life of who?
Life of Pi? That's not a spoof.
Life
know
of Pi, you
who's-
could spoof that one.
You know who's annoying? You know what I hate? Is people who are like, once you understand the subtleties of the language, Shakespeare's comedies are actually very
Hilarious.
funny. Shut up.
I like the comedies, especially. I have such a hard time like seeing them. Even people are like, "Oh, reading them doesn't work. Seeing Shakespeare performed is how you're supposed to see it." And to me, I still don't like it.
All the comedies are
I
like,
think Hamlet's good.
go over hence. I thought you said go over thence.
that is like 100%. It's all just it's all homophone jokes. It's all just like
Homophone jokes
Wait,
and people
that
just like
sounds like
misunderstand
this.
and like, I thought you were mean.
yeah. Yep. Still, you know where I've never been? In Wisconsin. Fun fact: never been to American Players Theater. I would still love to go see like Macbeth there or something sometime.
Yeah, I went a couple times as a kid, and it's a cool experience.
Yeah, the venue is. Yeah.
Will they ever do? Do they always do Shakespeare, or would they do like
They do some other classic.
the
works.
Pokemon movie or something?
Ooh. Yeah, they do it. I mean, they did it. They did that. They did that. They had that running for a couple of years, and then they had
Or
to,
do like
lost
Bill and
interest.
Ted's Excellent Adventure or something?
I heard they're gonna do the Pokemon movie 2000. So
Oh, that one's better. That one's got Entei, Raikou.
it's got hentai.
Oh my god! And Raikou
Oh man.
kind of buried the lead, or like you just blew past the lead. I don't care about Raikou. Tell me about the hentai.
Is there a good Shakespeare? I can't think of a Shakespeare parody. Really, I really can't. Like, what's a good Shakespeare?
Hamlet
parody?
2.
That's
No,
just like a
no,
movie where the
no.
guy does like kind of a bad idea.
It's basically the producers, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah, kind of. Yeah,
You don't really see Hamlet 2 in it.
it's in there, but it's like, you know, it's barely riffing on Shakespeare. It's kind of, I think Hamlet becomes Jesus. or something in it. I
Honestly,
don't remember.
Romeo plus Juliet is pretty close to a spoof of Romeo and Juliet.
It's definitely an interesting take on it. I like that movie. It's a good movie.
Add it to the list.
Yeah, I don't think there's a parody of Shakespeare, because part of it is like it would be like if they made like a shtick out of the people talking in Old English. It would be like, remember the Shorts episode we did where there was like the Igmar Bergman parody?
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Could you handle that
Hated
for
it.
fucking an hour and 40 minutes?
Yeah.
No.
Nay.
They should make a Romeo and Juliet or like Hamlet video game.
A Hamlet video game would be fucking sick.
An open world Shakespeare video game. All right, I'm dying.
Hey, we did it.
Yeah, it's so hot.
Marty is in the very corner, like the peak of as high as you can be in his house while still being inside.
No, I'm actually in the hottest room in my house, which is on the ground floor.
Oh, weird. Why is it so hot in there? Explain this to me. Like you're always in this
I think it's just-
sauna.
It's nice for the winter, for what it's worth. I don't know what it is. There's just something about this room that's like always really hot.
That's a
Um,
ghost.
Yeah.
It's a reverse
Oh my
ghost.
god, it's the ghost of the devil. I knew I fucking
Ghost
knew
of
it.
the devil.
The ghost
He
of the
died
devil.
and he's
Dude,
back and he's pissed.
He was. You
He's
know what's
ready to
crazy?
mingle.
The devil was born before the 1000 year AD because he doesn't have a last name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Satan.
The devil.
The devil.
Or
Don't
Lucifer,
call me-
yeah. It's all one name. The devil
Yeah.
straight up does not have a last name.
He has 3 names and none of them are last. That's going to do it for us.
We cracked it. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Next week, we're doing Romeo plus Juliet.